Okay, everyone, I'm going to try to finish up on this name, Chantal. As you can see, here's the name of the nun that the search led me to. And as you can see, this name right here got my attention. But that's part of her name, so I just didn't pay it that much attention. I just noticed it. But as I went on down, you can see right here that it says that she met St. Francis de Sales. Okay, let's do a little homework on him. And there's a whole lot to be found on these folks. It's just I'm trying to keep this brief and to the point, because this could get really lengthy if I don't. Okay, for him we see here it says that he was known as a friend of the poor, a man of almost supernatural affability and understanding. Well, I looked that up. Of course, supernatural means out of the ordinary, above the normal. It means phenomenon. Okay, and affability means speaking. I can't remember everything it said, but basically how he communicates with people. Anyway, this will be a trait that will be seen in the Antichrist, okay? It will also be a trait that will be seen in the false prophet, because the false prophet and the Antichrist work together, okay? So now, okay, this is not the St. Francis that our Pope Francis took his name from, but the other St. Francis, we will note right here that this man, Francis de Sales, he was known as a friend to the poor, and I could elaborate on that, but just keep that in mind as we go. Okay, and this page here, let me scroll down so you can see, is about Francis of, and I can't pronounce that, never could pronounce it right, you know what it says. But he is the St. Francis that our Pope actually took his name from. And what I wanted to note here about him is this. This says, he and his followers celebrated and even venerated poverty. Venerated means reverend or had respect for those in poverty. Poverty was so central in his character. Okay, then I want us to take a look at right here. This is our Pope Francis. Okay, and I want to tie all this in together. I've got a pop-up coming up here, and I don't know what's going on with it, but we're going to get rid of it. Okay, right here we have our Pope Francis. And the thing I wanted to point out here was that he took his name after this Francis that we just looked at because he wants to see a church that is for the poor. Okay, we see a reoccurring theme here with these gentlemen. And it also, let me see what else I've got here. Right here. This is also about our Pope, okay? It says, he has been noted for his humility, his concern for the poor, his commitment to dialogue as a way to build bridges between people of all backgrounds, beliefs, and faiths. He is known for having a simpler and less formal approach to the papacy. Okay? Now, if we look back and do a little further homework, which I'm just going to highlight on it, we saw that the Francis that he took his name after actually lived among the poor in the streets for a while. And then the Francis de Sales, where he had this connection to the nun Chantal, well, they together founded this right here. They founded the Woman's Order of the Vatican of Holy Mary. And to put it in a nutshell, that was all about, would you say, helping the downtrodden, those who are less fortunate. But anyway, you can see the connection with all of this. Okay, when we look in the Bible, we know that Christ had a concern for those that I guess you would say that were poor and less fortunate, because it was a repeated thing with him that we were to help one another, and we were to give, share whatever we had with those in need. And that was a repeated thing with Christ. So here we're seeing with these people in the Catholic Church this repeated theme. And my point in saying that is that when we see the false prophet and the Antichrist merging onto the scene, they're going to present the same types of concerns that Christ did. They're going to want to appear to have the same same heart that Christ did, because how else are they going to perpetrate what they have in mind on the people? Because they've got to convince people they've got their best interest in mind. And after some things happen, which I think we're going to see, there's going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of destruction. There's going to be people searching for an answer. So, we're going to see this man here. He's going to claim to have the answers. He's going to want to bring everybody together faith-wise. And we saw that, I think it was in this right here, where it says that he, let me see, builds bridges between people of different backgrounds, beliefs, and faiths, okay? The false prophet is going to want to unite everyone. It'll be coming together for a one world religion. And of course that goes toward the one world system of rule and one world government. And of course that's all falls under the rule of the Antichrist when all is said and done. But my point is, their agenda is going to be to make people think that they are all about the people, is what I'm trying to say. And people are going to need that after this chaos begins and a lot of destruction has took place, and they are just going to cleave to it. They're going to run to it. Just like in the earlier part of our definitions for this name, we saw stony, and how those that are not grounded in Christ, who is the foundation and the cornerstone of the church, how they will fall away. And this will be what pulls them away, okay? It's going to be this false prophet and this uniting of the religions, and everybody's going to think that's the answer. But that's just the beginning of things. But what I'm trying to show you here is with this name Chantal, we see many different things that the Lord is telling us, and it's all about the church. It's about, don't forget who is the foundation. And don't forget there's going to be those that will fall away. And don't forget there's going to be a false prophet that pulls them away. Anyway, I'm going to tie this one up. It's 10 minutes. It may take it a while to load, but hopefully it'll load successfully and you can get what I'm saying here. Thank y'all. I love you. Bye-bye.